Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hi, my name is Natasha and it's fantastic to have you here. For today's video, we are going to be talking about the full moon in Capricorn that is currently taking place or will be taking place depending on where you are at in the world. So July 12th through 13th, but keep in mind that full moon energy always has about 3 days prior to 3 days after the actual full moon, so you can experience a lot of the benefits here before and after. So don't be afraid if you're busy or missing out, because you can still take advantage of this energy. So what this video is going to be entailing is we're going to talk about it, and then afterward we are going to do a general tarot reading. We're going to pull some cards to see how to best utilize this energy and advice on how to move through it. Now keep in mind this is a general reading, so take what resonates and know that there's a message in here for you somewhere. All right, with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about what's going on. Okay, so full moon in Capricorn, this is considered the buck moon, and Capricorn is an earth sign. So you might be feeling a little bit more stable. You might be feeling a little bit more like you're ready to take on a little bit more challenges, to create a more stable environment for yourself and work hard. And that's what this full moon is wanting to teach us, to prepare and to really take a reality check right here. This is about going within and figuring out what no longer is working for you anymore. And then also too, as you can see here, it says the end of a tough cycle approaches. Capricorns are very much strategic. They like to plan things out. They like rules. They like structure, and they also like ambition. They love preparing themselves to go the distance to reap all of the rewards. And so that's what we're kind of working towards right now. The best advice that this full moon is going to give us is, if we don't like our current reality, if we don't like what is going on right now, then the best course of action is going to make a plan. Plan everything out, journal, write it down, make bullet points, whatever you have to do in order to create movement forward with a action plan. So remember, inspired action is always the key to manifesting. This is asking you to really organize and prepare everything that you want to work on, and know that hard work is going to be required. So if you are wanting to start a new business, or if you're wanting to find love or a new relationship, whatever the case may be, hard work and effort is going to be needed. And that makes sense because of the fact that we are in the sign of Capricorn, and Capricorn is ruled by the planet Saturn, which again loves structure. It's always kind of interesting when Saturn is involved, because you kind of feel like there's that oppressive, restricted energy as well when it comes to all of this. So you might feel like maybe you're being held back, or things just aren't working out, but in a weird way, it's Saturn just trying to prepare you to make sure that this is really what you want, and that you are putting in the effort to really go for it, to figure out your success. It's a very interesting full moon. You might feel really heavy in a weird way. It might feel like there's a lot of burdens maybe, but this is the time to really sit and do some introspection, really sit and figure out what your goals are, write it out, because worrying about something is not going to change your reality. Planning and executing those actions is going to be the most beneficial thing that you can do. So that's why there's this reality check here. We're going to figure it out, and we're going to make plans in order to get where we want to be. If this isn't where it's at for you, let's figure out a plan to get to where you want to be. So there might be a lot of karmic issues kind of coming full circle because of this Saturn energy. And the other key thing that I want you to focus on is patience. Saturn and Capricorn really love to be patient. They like to take their time. They like to scope everything out and really put in that hard work to create the harvest that they want. So this full moon energy could require you to maybe take some time to slow down, Be patient. Know that your hard work will eventually pay off. That, it might not be instant gratification that we're looking for. It might be something that we are working hard toward to get a big harvest, in a few months from now. So remember that patience is going to be your key. That, when you start feeling hot-headed that things might not be going your way, or you're feeling discouraged, remember that, you have now set aside time to make a plan, and you are moving toward your goals, and everything will come into place. And this is a super moon too. So that being said, a lot of emotions might be coming up to the surface again. We just had a super moon not too long ago. So look out for a lot of emotions, a lot of feelings, and remember that it is okay to feel your feelings. If you need to take time out to cry, watch a sad movie on purpose to release some of those emotions, what a wonderful way of release on a full moon. That's what this is all about. Release the things and the qualities that you no longer want to be attributed to, and your feelings you don't want to feel anymore, and progress forward in the next cycle. Planning is going to be key. Hard work is going to be key, and patience. And know that there's going to be a lot of introspection going on and a lot of feelings bubbling up to the surface. So like I said, if you're not happy with where you're at, that's where the planning is going to come in. All right, so let's get into the general reading. Okay, so we're going to be using the Field Tarot here first, and then we have the Witchlings Oracle, the Crystal Reading Cards, the Queen of the Moon, the Starcodes Astro deck, and the Heavenly Bodies Astrology deck to get into. All right, first card coming out is going to represent the how to best utilize this energy. And we have, would you look at that, the Knight of Cups. And then the advice card here to how to best utilize this energy, how to move through it, what to look out for, etc. We have the Seven of Cups, and it says choices. All right. Let's see here. So the Knight of Cups, this usually talks about, a gentleman with romantic love and a proposal to offer and that sort of thing. But it can also be about allowing yourself to feel your feelings, to get in touch with your empathy and your compassion, and to understand that you can take time to go forward. Don't rush. Slow down in order to see things clear. Don't make these big, hasty decisions that are going to just confuse you, or not be the correct way that you want to go just because you were feeling a certain way in the moment. This is all about air and water energy combined. And so sometimes when those two get together, it's just fast movement, fast energy, and it's hard to slow down. So this is asking you to take this full moon energy, really harness in, look within, take time to really figure out, okay, am I going in the direction that I want to go? Or what do I need to slow down and reassess because I'm probably just going way too fast? So take a breath and review and really figure out if this is the direction that you want to go into. Don't make hasty decisions. Remember, plan. Remember, patience, okay? Not everything is going to happen quickly. Choices now are going to be important for you with introspection. So this advice here is like, yes, you can have all of the wishful thinking in the world. You can have this big imagination. You can have your head in the clouds. But it needs to come with grounded action. It shouldn't be giving into temptation or giving into hasty decisions. Evaluate everything. Evaluate all the offers that come your way too. So you don't necessarily want to sign every contract that comes your way just because you think it's an opportunity. Remember, yes, you have choices, but you need to evaluate those choices. You need to really look at the fine print, as well as, don't give into the illusion of happiness, the instant gratification of it all. Sometimes if it's easier, it's not always the best decision for you. Again, planning things out. That's where this Seven of Cups comes in, because there's probably going to be a lot of opportunities coming your way, and you're working toward that and you're planning toward that. But those opportunities are only good for you if they are what you want and not going to be some instant get rich quick scheme, right? Remember that there's opportunity and possibilities for you, but you have to suss them out, right? You have to really kind of comb through them and see what is going to be best for you. It's really about quieting down and really looking within, because again, we have so much ambition this full moon. We are wanting to get things done. And the Knight of Cups in us really wants to move forward and do it fast. But at the same time, we're being told to slow down, to really take a breath and move forward with hard work and determination. Kind of like the Knight of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles all in one. That both of their energy combined. We're evaluating everything, and then we're also just making steady progress. You know, we're not trying to rush our end goal. We're not trying to, put out a poor product because we're trying to rush to fit demands. No. We are setting back and really trying to figure out exactly where we want to go and how to get there. Okay, with that being said, let's keep going with the oracle cards. First up, we've got the heavenly bodies and Saturn. Oh my gosh, because this is the energy, this is the ruler. So this is going to feel a little bit restricted. There might be some struggles, but we're learning how to do hard work and how to have patience. Definitely interesting that came up. I love it. All right, next we have sextile. And it says a combination of tension and flow, potential, and a rewarding situation. So you have to be able to be okay with that riding of the highs and lows and understanding that hard work will pay off. If you're feeling frustrated right now, it's okay. Just make a plan. Then we have house 9, which is spiritual growth. So a lot of you might be experiencing a more spiritual full moon where you are doing more connecting with source and connecting with divine and your intuition, and really on that side of the full moon working, where you might be doing more manifesting, you might be creating your moon water, you might be connecting with your spirit guides. Then we have the South Node, which is destined to release, which is perfect for a full moon. We were talking about that earlier. Release the things that aren't serving you. Consciously release them. So again, if you're having negative self-talk or negative conversations with yourself, release them. Acknowledge that they happened, but you don't have to keep thinking it. Turn them into a positive and release. And your last heavenly bodies, we've got Mars. Move forward and defend self. So we are wanting to move forward. We are wanting to, if this isn't the place where we want to stay at, where we're frustrated and we aren't happy with the results that have been here, we want to move forward. And how do we do that? We make a plan and we put it into motion. We take that inspired action. Next, we've got a whole bunch of Starcode Astro cards, and I'm going to try to make this very brief so this video isn't like a 30-minute video. And we have the Ceres, which is nurture, self-care, nurture what we want to see, what we don't want to see, we get rid of. Then we have another Mars, put it into motion, take that inspired action and move forward with it. Then we've got Neptune, which is vision. What would you like to see yourself do? Where do you want to be? What do you look like? Really, when you're manifesting, you want to see, feel, hear, you want to experience all of that when you're asking the universe for what you want. And when you're creating a plan, envision what you're going to do, envision where you're going to be. And this, again, is a sign of like the future. Where do you see yourself? Vision board even is coming to mind. So if you're trying to manifest and you're not really quite sure how to start, a vision board is perfect. Even Pinterest, put things in your Pinterest board that you are aspiring to or that you want to have someday or that you are wanting to use. Vision as far as planning, note-taking, all of those things. Then we've got the future with the North Node. Again, planning for the future. What do you see for the future? Juno, partnership. Oh, that's interesting. So this could be that you start planning a collaboration with somebody, that you start planning working with somebody that you know that you can trust, or this could be partnership as in you're going to manifest a relationship or you're going to work hard on your relationship. romantic relationship, I should say. Then we have the 4th house, the home. How are you feeling in your home? What are you going to do to provide a self-care experience for your home? Do you feel stable in your home? How can you rework all of that? And again, it starts at home. So, allowing yourself to have those precious moments of inspiration and planning and creating at home. And your last star codes, we have the 11th house, which is community. If you need help, ask your community. If you need help with planning or direction, ask your community who is involved in the same business or same hardships or same experiences as you. That's what community is all about. They're there for each other, and reach out. Somebody will help. Or maybe you could be that person that helps other people. If all of your stuff is good right now, maybe you can be that community for somebody else. Maybe you can open up your home for somebody else. Again, you can read these in the ways that make sense for you, however they resonate for you. All right, and up next we got the Queen of the Moon. We have patience. Don't need to explain that. We already did. Then we have change. So it looks chaotic in here. So again, if you're feeling chaotic, if you're feeling stressed, if you're feeling overworked and underpaid, like pretty much everyone is right now, how are we going to plan it out and change it? How are we going to create the change that we want? And I'm not saying it's going to be easy for all of us. And, I don't have the perfect solution. But what I do know is, budgets help. Planning out how you see the next couple of weeks, grocery planning. I'm talking all of this stuff. Planning can be different for every single one, depending on where your work needs to be dedicated to. So change is going to be happening. How do you want to see it progress? And then we have surrender. I love this card because it asks us to surrender to the universe. It asks us to really stop worrying about things, because when we put too much focus on the worry, then that's all we do. We don't take the inspired action to move forward. We sit there in worry. So it doesn't help to be in that vibration. What it does help is to accept it and be like, okay, I surrender. I understand. I know that, I'm struggling, or I need to work on this, X, Y, Z. Now that I've surrendered that worry, I can then move forward with trying to focus on how to get to where I want to be. And this can be a really minute struggle. This could be, how do I get my social media to 1,000 followers? Or, how do I get a second job? All of these things, because Capricorn really is all about ambition. This is like, I am going to do this. I don't care how I do it, but I'm going to do it and I'm going to get there. It can seem a little callous to some people. That's kind of like the shadow side of Capricorn, where it can just be like they don't care about feelings. They don't care about anybody else's feelings except, kind of like, okay, if you're a Harry Potter fan, it's like Slytherin energy, where it's like, I'm going to get ahead no matter what. Like, I know what I want and I'm going to go for it. So that's kind of the embodiment that you got to take this full moon, is just kind of like, be okay with wanting to follow that hard work and ambition. Obviously, don't step on anybody to get there, but that's that vibe. It's just like, okay, we've got a road to go. We're going to go and do it. All right. And then we've got your crystal reading cards. We've got healthy body, agate. So maybe we are going to be focusing on getting our body back to healthy, getting our body back to good, center our body, eating right, exercising, going outside more. Relationship healing we were talking about with that. Morganite there, and we got clarity with Tanzanite. So we're going to be seeing things a little bit clearer once we do that evaluation, once we figure out what we're not wanting to, take with us in this next cycle, next phase. Compassion, we were talking about that with the emerald there. Compassion with yourself, get in touch with those feelings, have empathy for yourself and other people, have empathy for your situation, compassion for your situation, and connect to source with the divine temple here. That's very interesting. There's a lot that could be meaning and resonating for different people here. There's a lot to take away from this reading, which is very interesting. But understand that you know, there will be a lot of choices here to make. And then also with this choice card, with the advice, meaning, you know, you can have all the choices in the world. It's up to you to take the first step. It's up to you to actually take that step and move forward. You know, you can have a million different options in front of you, but if you don't take one, that's on you, because you were presented with so many different options here. And it could also be that you have so many options, you need to pick one. Like, hurry up, let's go. So again, there's different ways that you can resonate with this reading, which I flippin' love. It's so interesting to me. And your last cards here are the Witchlings. We've got courage. It takes courage to sit there and take a good hard look in the mirror to evaluate what's going on. And then we've got love. Focus on love. Love, a steadfast embrace of the heart, flows through and from you. You at all times, for all time. Love yourself. Self-love. And then we've got manifestation. And then we have wellness. So that's a key for a lot of you, is, you know, working on wellness and focusing on that. Healthy body. And then creativity. So another thing that we can focus on. So for a lot of you, this full moon, we're talking about courage, we're talking about love, manifestation, wellness, and creativity. So this is very, very interesting. This is a super moon, so it'd be a very fantastic time for you to start manifesting if you haven't done so already. Put out your moon water and utilize that throughout the next month however you see fit. But the takeaways here, what we already talked about: patience, evaluation, hard work, dedication, and putting your taking inspired action. This moon is going to create a lot of encouragement, determination, and drive for you to get your stuff in check, your house in order. So I hope this resonated with you. Let me know if it does down in the comment section below. Let me know if you enjoy these moon readings, because I do. I think they're very interesting. And if you haven't done so already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on your way out of this video. That way you will never miss an upload from me. Thank you so much. I love you and I like you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.